Happy New Year, precious friend. I'm Wumi Ademola, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to the very first WordBite video of the year 2020. I tell you, I am so excited. I am so pumped up to continue to bring you this year bite-sized messages that's going to bring big-time changes to you in 2020 and all the days of your life. Well, any financial planner would tell you that if you want great returns, you must be willing to make consistent investments. And this year, there are three very important investments that you must consistently make if you want 2020 to be your most rewarding and your most profitable year to date. And they're all found in Matthew chapter 6, told to us by the Lord Jesus Christ himself. Let's go there. In Matthew chapter 6, the first investment that you must make up your mind to keep on making this year for a rewarding year is you must invest in giving. You must invest in giving. In verse 3 and 4 of Matthew 6, the Lord Jesus Christ said, "But when you practice charitable giving, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, in order that your charitable giving may be in secret, and your Father who sees in secret will reward you." Now you need to note that Jesus said, when you give, God will reward you. It's a guarantee. Reward always follows giving. Giving always brings profitable returns. And that's why Jesus, again, in Luke 6:38, he said, "Give, and it will be given to you. They will pour into your lap a good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, with no space left for more. For with the standard of measurement you use when you do good to others, it will be measured to you in return." So the returns of giving, you always get profitable returns when you give. It's always given to you in return. Now, the second thing Jesus said that you must invest in this year, if you want it to be a rewarding year, is that you must invest in prayer. Invest in prayer. I tell you, friend, you got to take prayer seriously. This is not a year that you're casual about your prayer life. In verse 6 of that same chapter, Matthew 6, Jesus said, "But whenever you pray." Notice he says whenever. He didn't say it's not a probability. It is expected that you pray. He says, "But whenever you pray, enter into your inner room and shut your door and pray to your Father who is in secret. And your Father who sees in secret," here's that word again, "will reward you." If you want this year to be a rewarding year, you have got to make daily investments in prayer. Because when you pray, God for sure will reward you. God guarantees that any investment that you make in prayer will yield great rewards. There is no prayer you pray in sincerity and from the depth of your heart to God that will go in vain. He said in Isaiah 45:19, "I did not call the descendants of Jacob to a fruitless service, saying, 'Seek me for nothing,' but I promised them a just reward." So you never seek God for nothing. God always rewards. He promises a just reward for anyone who makes investments in prayer. Now, last but not the least, the third investment, consistent investment that you must make this year, 2020, if you want it to be your most successful and rewarding year yet, Jesus said in Matthew chapter 6, you must invest in fasting. You must invest in fasting. In verses 17 and 18, Jesus said, "But when you are fasting," again, notice that he says when. It's expected that you should fast. He says, "When you are fasting, put olive oil on your head and wash your face, so that you will not be seen by people as fasting, but to your Father who is in secret. And your Father who sees in secret," here's that word again, "he will reward you." You see the pattern repeated. When you give, God will reward. When you pray, God will reward. And when you fast, God will reward you. So this year, my friend, make sure that you include fasting into your routine. I suggest at least once a week, fast. Do away with food. Abstain from food for the purpose of seeking God, and watch God turn your life around in a very radical way. Look at what it says in Isaiah 58 verse 8. It says, when you fast, your lives will turn around at once. See, your righteousness will pave your way. The God of glory will secure your passage. So when you fast, God will turn your life around. God will secure safety, peace, and rest for you on every side. So my friend, this year, position yourself to make it your best year to date by giving into giving, prayer, and fasting. Thank you so much for watching today. I do trust you were blessed. Come back next week. And if you've not already done so, don't forget, subscribe to this Knowing God Media channel and follow all our social media handles, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Once again, Happy New Year.